I want John Byrne and Chris Claremont to work on my Alpha Flight inspired comic book limited series, The Dominion. So, yeah, I know what you're thinking. That sounds crazy, right? Of course it does, because I want John Byrne and Chris Claremont to work on a series for me, and you don't even know who I am. So, let me introduce myself. I'm Lewis Porter Jr. I'm the creative director of the very, 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 very new comic book publisher Enemy One Entertainment. See, I'll show you. We got cards and everything. We're legit. See, we're legit. So, what I'm trying to do is put out a limited series called The Dominion. It's inspired from a story that I wrote probably now like 20 years ago that never became a development because initially it was written for Alpha Flight. And I'd said, if I ever want to be a comic book writer, I'm going to put this together and I'm going to send this to Marvel and this is going to get done. Well, that never happened. Why? Because life. That's what happens. Since it never happened, I decided to do something else with it. But before I jump on that, let me give you a little more background about me. I've been collecting comic books now more than 45 years. Yes, I know I look good for my age. Yes, black don't crack. Thank God for that. And I just want to do cool comic books. That's why I started my own comic book company. I love comics. Like I said, I've been reading them forever and a day. The story initially I did was an Alpha Flight story, and the basics of it was okay, I don't want to tell you what the story is 100% about, but I want to tell you a little bit about the story. So it's a redemption story about a character who did some bad things, some very bad things, and is getting an opportunity to redeem himself. And that's the basis of the story. And of course, there will be a big twist at the end and a big twist in the middle. And you're going to learn more about it as you go. So I wrote this as a 12 issue limited series. And I thought it in my mind, I had it in my mind for years. And I kept saying, oh, maybe one day I'll do it. Maybe one day I do. But I never did it. And roughly about 5 years ago, I started putting out a line of superhero related tabletop role playing game material that we called the Amazing Universe. And that was our whole big setting. And we made all these characters. We did all this. And we developed it all based on our series. We're trying to do a Canadian superhero team. And I kept saying, like, oh, what am I going to do for a Canadian superhero team? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I said, hey, remember that story I did for Alpha Flight, the idea? Well, why don't I use that? So I dusted it off, updated it, made some changes, made it more fit for our Amazing Universe setting, and here we go. So I said, hey, this is a pretty cool idea. And we did the series. The tabletop did very well for the last 4 years, well, 5 years. Roughly, I'd say in the summer of 2025, I kept saying, I should really do my own comic book company. I mean, I'm getting older. If I don't do it now, then I never will. And I said, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll do it. So then I said, you know what? I think I'm going to do it. So I did the smart thing. I put together about 15 stories I wanted to tell. And, well, really, even titles. I wouldn't call them stories, they're titles. And I said, hey, why don't I do some short stories, get some basic ideas out there, and then we'll keep working on the Dominion, our Alpha Flight inspired one, and we'll do something, next year. We'll get something together. Maybe I'll do a book or two or whatever. I'll do something. So we officially incorporated our company in January 1st. That's right. We got everything done. The paperwork came back. Everything looked good. Ta-da! And now we're official. We also started releasing those 6 stories, well, 6 of those stories, in December. Today, April 9th, we released our 6th book. Literally 4 months, we released 6 comic books. So I'm pretty happy about that. You can find them online at drivethroughcomics.com. Just search for Amazing Universe Presents and you'll get our full line of books. What you can do is you can Google Amazing Universe Presents and you'll see some of our books at Webtoons. Or if you want to get all of our books with all the extra content with it, you can get them directly from drivethroughcomics.com. That has all 6 books we've done in the last 4 months. And they're available and you can get them and they're awesome. I think they're pretty awesome. So they're awesome. So the reason that I want John Byrne and Chris Claremont to work on my book, The Dominion, really comes down to the basic idea of they are two legends in comic books and they have a direct connection to Alpha Flight. So, of course, I'd want them to work on my project. But let's not kid anybody. This is going to be impossible. I mean, dude, I'm asking for probably, two of the most famous people in comic book history, a legendary status, to come work on my never heard of independent comic book. Why in the world would they want to do that? Let's keep it 100%. Why would they want to do it? Of course they wouldn't want to do it. But I'm going to find a way to get them to do it. Why? Because I love comics. I love comics. And I think that having them on the book wouldn't just help us out. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to help us out. You put John Byrne, Chris Claremont on a comic book, I can hear the cash register ringing already. Let's keep it 100%. It's just cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And of course, and let's be honest, they deserve it. They've earned it. So why wouldn't I? And since the Dominion limited series is going up on Kickstarter July 1st, Canada Day, get it? See? I would love to, have them work on it because I have a great project for them on it. I'm thinking a short 8-page story that acts as a prequel to this. It would really just make it perfect. I can't lie. If I could pull it off, yeah, it'd be crazy. It's crazy. But I want it to happen. So I got to do something to make it happen. So this is me doing something to make it happen. That's why I did this video. I'm putting it out. And so I'm like, hey, what am I going to do? Well, the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to reach out to both of their agents. I'm going to go out there, going to reach out to their agents. I'm going to make it happen. Why? Because I'm just going to make it happen. I mean, look, this is why. This is why. I got to figure out a way to make it happen. So that's why I did this video. I'm telling myself I can do it. So now I just got to do it. So if you think this is a crazy idea, hey, let me know. If you think this is a brilliant idea, let me know. And if you could find a way to maybe help me with this, please do, because I'm going to need help. Because look, like I said, we got business cards. We're legit. So we're out here. We're going to be doing this. We're doing this Kickstarter. We're doing the Dominion. It's going to start July 1st. And I'm going to do these 12 issues. Is it going to happen with Chris Claremont and John Byrne? Yes. Why? Because I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to figure it out. And when it happens, all you guys are going to look at me like, whoa, that guy's crazy. How did he do? I'm going to do it. Because I said I'm going to do it. I'm going to make it happen. I need your help. If you can help us, great. If you want to boo me for it, great. I'm good with that too. I'm just going to do this because I love comic books. I want to put out a cool comic, which I think we got a great story. And I think people are going to love it. And if you're not sure, do yourself a favor. Go to drivetrucomics.com. Search Amazing Universe Presents. Welcome to the Amazing Universe. Download it. It's pay what you like. You can take it for $0. It's a PDF. It's about, I think it's 30 pages. We shorten it. It's about 30 pages. It's our Bible for the setting. You can get all the information about the setting. You can see our character designs. You can see all the cool stuff. You can see all the work we've done already. Check it out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's $0. Pay what you like. You can pay $0, get it, see if you like it, then maybe throw us a couple bucks. But like I said, we're going to find a way to make this happen. So you saw the image, you're watching the video, you know I'm committed, so that's what we're going to do. We just need help. So if you can help us, help us. And maybe just simply sign up for a Kickstarter. I'll have the link at the bottom of this. Sign up for a Kickstarter. It doesn't happen, like I said, to July 1st. So sign up, see if we're going to do it, help us out. I mean, come on, man. If I pull this off, you're going to be talking about this for years. That's the craziest part. But I am going to pull this off because it's just that simple. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Keep your fingers crossed because it's going to get crazy. And I'll talk to you all later.